So today we are looking at the Endless OS 6.0.4. So here is the 0.4 update or the 0.4 release. So here is the welcome screen. So I'm going to click on next. Here you can see it's like a try it or reformat. It's like a live boot and the installation. So it's always a good option to use the live boot first. And here is the typing. Click on next. And here is like an agreement. So it's better to read everything if you have time, or else you can just click on accept. And here is like a privacy. So I'm going to turn off all those things. Click on next. And right now I'm using it on the virtual machine, which is a VMware with a 60 GB of virtual disk, 8 GB of RAM, and my CPU is i5 1240p. So the Endless OS is based on Debian Linux distribution, and the country of origin is United States of America. And here you can see it's like you are ready to try Endless OS. I'm going to start using the Endless OS. So this is not the basic edition, it's like a full edition. The ISO file is around like a 25-26 GB. I'm going to show you that. And also there is like a basic edition. You should be getting some basic apps. The ISO file size of that basic edition is around like a 5 GB. So I'm going to show you both those ISO files and also some other languages also available for this Endless OS. So in the full edition, you should be getting everything like a cooking tools, all the math, science, studies. So it's completely educational Linux distribution. You can call it like that. So here you can see all the pre-installed application. You get bunch of applications in the distribution. So if you don't know that, I already made a video on the Endless OS because I covered like a 3,000-4,000 videos of every type of Linux distro. So there should be having all the videos like Endless OS from almost older version to newer version. If you want to search that, you can search it in my channel. So this is the latest point update. Right now there is no such thing like a release notes or anything. I'm going to show you all the whatever the changes it's in this release, like typing the inxa command to get like audio information, Bluetooth, graphics, everything. So here we can see all the application. So first let me see the system monitor to see how much of resources it's consuming. So I didn't open any of the applications or anything like that. So here you should be seeing all those things like a default. So I didn't even change the display setting. It automatically changes in the VMware. So these are all the process running right now. And the resources. So you need to run like a 60 seconds or a minute to see whether the CPU is pretty much stable or not. So this is the stable ISO file. And the Endless OS 6.0.4 is released on October 24th. So it took like almost like a 3-4 days for me. There is no topic in the Linux market nowadays, like almost like a 10-15 days, or else I'll be posting like a 2 videos daily without missing any day. So that's the reason there are like no videos in my channel from almost like a 10 days. There is no at least new Linux distros. There are like a few Linux distributions which is clearly unnecessary, but these are all the main Linux distros releases, and others should be like some like a Easy OS or some other distributions. So that's the reason I didn't make it. So Easy OS is also released a few hours ago. So here is all the resources. So it's almost like a 60 seconds. So it's consuming like a 1.6 GB and cache is like a 5.1 GB. And CPU is pretty much unstable, almost like a 30 seconds. But here you can see all the graph of the CPU is going to stable. So it's better to run like a minute, and you should be going to get all the proper CPU usage information. And the bottom you should be seeing the network information. So you don't get the latest no desktop environment versions in the Endless OS. So you should be getting like a 42.0. So you don't get like a 47 or like a 46. You should be getting like a older versions. So even the older versions may be like 6.0.1. Same things has the same GNOME desktop environment version. So if you want to check it out, you can check it out in my channel. So I'm going to open the internet browser first, and we can go through all those things, or else we can just open the terminal. Let me first show you all the like graphics, audio information, then we can I'm going to show you the downloading process and all the official website and the installation also. So let me make it bigger so you can see everything properly. Let's check the terminal information. About the terminal, here is the version, which is 3.46.8 for GNOME 43. So let me try the neofetch. Hit enter, command not found. inxa-sv8 command not found. So if you want to install the commands, you can install it because it's based on Debian, so you can install everything here. So here let me try the kernel version, uname-a. So you should be getting like a 6.5 version of the Linux kernel. So let's close everything. So if you want to install anything, you can install like a inxi or neofetch. So I'm going to keep everything default because it's not a major update, it's just a minor update. I already showed you all those things in the older version. So the browsers you should be getting like a, let's go with the first. Let's see whether we have any other browser other than the Chrome browser or Chromium browser. So I don't think there is another browser here. So let's see the Chromium browser. So the memory is almost like a 1.8 GB. CPU is running almost pretty much like under 50%. So if you want any information, you can just go to the settings and you should be getting all the information. Let me show you that. Let's find the settings. So it's filled with the full of applications, like almost every educational applications. So here is our settings. And when you go to the about, you should be getting the kernel information and all those things. So device name endless because we are running it on the live boot, so that's the reason. So the OS name is, the version is like a 6.0.4. Here is the build ID 241022, which is like maybe the date October 22 2024, and it's a 64-bit. GNOME version you get is a 43.9. Windowing system is X11. So here is like a automatic updates. So I'm going to turn off everything. So if you want to update, you can update here. So here we have the Chromium browser. Let me try to make smaller so you can also see the system monitor throughout the video, and you can judge it on your own whether to use this distribution or not. So version 130, I think this is the latest version of the Chromium. So let's go to the official website. So let's first go with the Linux kernel. So this is the official website of the Linux kernel, or the first link will be the obviously the official website. So you just need to type in like a kernel.org. So you get the 6.5 version of the Linux kernel in the Endless OS. So here you should be getting all the kernel versions information. So here is like a mainline, stable, long-term, Linux next. So if you don't know what is the stable long-term version, then here is all the description of whatever it is called. So the pre-patch is like a RC, or Z is like a release candidate. Here is the long-term, which is release date will be on the release dates and end of life will be on the right side. So here are all the versions. So you get the 6.5 version. So you can just type in like a uname-r to get the kernel information. And now let's go to the official website. You need to just type in like a endless OS, and obviously the first link will be the official website. So here is our official website. It's an educational Linux distribution. So if you want any information about the Endless OS, here is all the information about the official in the official website. So in order to get the Endless OS, you just need to hover over through the operating system, and you should be getting the Endless OS here. So you just need to click on download. So there is also the channel of their own. So almost 817 subscribers. If you want to check it out, you can check it out. So here is the downloads: accessible, user-friendly, offline access, localization, multitask view, content creating applications. I'm going to show you all the applications, so you don't need to worry about anything. Here is like a FAQ. Some of the FAQ information will be right here. So, and is Endless OS suitable for low-end hardware or older computers? So this is the main thing you need to see here. Yes, it's designed to work efficiently on older or low-end hardware due to its resource-efficient design and read-only file system. So you already know, you can judge it on your own. GNOME version doesn't consume, GNOME will consume a lot of resources. GNOME and the KDE Plasma, you already know how much of resources they are going to consume. So I don't know what is like a low-end hardware, because low-end hardware will be usually like a 1 GB of RAM, 2 GB of RAM. So it's almost consuming like a 2.5 GB right now. And also you need to understand this is a virtual machine. So in the bare metal, if we guess like it should be like a 1.9 GB or 2 GB. It should be still it should not be called as like a lightweight Linux distribution, because it's not a lightweight. GNOME version, GNOME desktop environment and KDE Plasma are never for the low end PCs, because XFCE, OpenBox, JWM, OpenBox, this type of the desktop environments are for the low end PC. So it should be like when you open like a few applications, and also you should be having like a Chromium browser. So you need to remove this Chromium browser and you need to use some other lightweight desktop browsers in order to run it on the low end PC. So even if you have like a 2 GB of RAM, like a 40-50 GB of hard disk, so it doesn't run properly, I think, because you have like a bunch of applications. If you want to run those type of endless OS on the low end PC, I think you need to go with like a endless OS basic, because when you open like a few applications, like a 2-3 applications, it's going to be consuming like a almost like a 2.5 GB or 3 GB, even in the bare metal with a smooth experience. So you should be having like a high CPU resources, and also RAM will be consumed more. Then it should be like a maybe minor lags here and there. I don't know how it performs on the low end PC, but I'm going to guess it like it's not going to properly work, because the GNOME desktop environment never works on the low end PC. If you have like a 1 GB, 2 GB of RAM, it's going to consume a lot of resources. Plus the Chromium browser, you already know Chrome browsers and Chromium browsers will consume a lot of resources. So it's clearly up to you to judge whether to use this distribution. It's not a lightweight, that's the only thing I'm going to say it. So here is like all the information, and let's go with the downloads now. When you click on the downloads, here are all the options. So if you want to try it on the Windows, here is all the information. Here is like a advanced download options, like a direct ISO file for the virtual machines and like a ARM platforms, like a Raspberry Pi and everything. So I'm going to choosing this option, which is like a direct ISO file download. And here you should be getting like a torrent file and also like a HTTP, which you can download from the browser itself. So it's clearly up to you to download from wherever you want. I download always with the HTTP. So here is like an endless OS basic. So it's a basic version. You should be getting some simple applications. You don't get any like educational applications. You just get the basic things. So if you don't know how it looks, you just need to watch my video, or you can watch some others videos. I don't have any issue with it. So the file size is around like a 25 GB. So it's a massive file size, or the massive ISO file size. So it will be getting all those information here, like a multi-language system preloaded with the apps in English, including games, productivity software, reference material like cooking, farming, health, travel, and educational materials, like a robust encyclopedia. So in this form, or in this type of thing, it's pretty much good, because it's filled with a lot of applications and good applications. So I'm going to respect that, but I am not going to accept like a low end PC. That's a negative thing from me. So I'm not going to say it's going to run properly on like a 1 GB of 2 GB of RAM. So it's not going to work like that, because it's like a GNOME desktop environment will consume a lot of resources. You already tried GNOME desktop environments in low end PC, you already know all the answers. So I'm going to continue with the downloading sections here. So other languages, you get the French and the Portuguese, and also you should be getting the Spanish. So here is all the ISO file size, like a 17, 18, everything. So I downloaded the English version, which is full version, which is around 25 GB. And about the other information, like a documentation and more information, here is all the information. If you want for the Raspberry Pi, you can go with this. If you want for the virtual machines, you can go with this, or else you can go with the ISO file. And about the system requirements, let me see how much resources you need to run this endless OS. You just need to type in like in the search engine. So it's always a good option to try it in the like a Google search engine, but because it's going to provide everything in the top of the page. So minimum requirements, it says like a 1 GB of RAM and graphics card, NVIDIA GeForce 7200GS, CPU Intel Atom, file size 200 MB, and OS it says like this much. So it says like a Windows XP starting, so it's pretty much old website maybe. So it's 2024. It's better to get all the information from 2024, and it's better to try it on your own, and you can decide or you can judge on your own. So these are all some information from the browser and also from the official website. So now I'm going to open some applications. So here, if you want to purchase the Endless OS, you can click on the Endless key. So it's going to open. And about other things like desktop features, you already know GNOME version. So you should be getting basic things here. And about the Endless key, here you should be getting the all the information. So let's check the version 0.9. And about the applications, here are all the applications. So I'm going to open all these applications. In the play, you should be getting some games. I don't know these games. I never played any games. And about the create, here is all the content creating applications like a GIMP, Blender, Inkscape, Audacity. So here is like a, if you want like a pre-installed applications like a educational Linux distribution, always go with this type of distributions, or else you can download whatever the specific application you want in your own GNOME desktop environment. You need to get like a Fedora Linux or like a Ubuntu or whatever it is which has like a GNOME desktop environment or other desktop environment. If you want to go with the lightweight, you can choose other lightweight desktop environments. You can customize everything on your own if you know any information about Linux distros. So if you have small idea, you should be doing everything on your own. You don't need to go with specific Linux distribution. So it consumes like it has like a 25 GB of ISO files. So instead of getting all the other unnecessary applications, you can create whatever the applications you want in your own Linux distributions. So it's clearly up to you. And this is not like a unknown Linux distribution. It's well-known distribution, so it's clearly up to you to judge. So these are all the things. So let's go with the other things. So here are all the content creating applications. Here is like a LibreOffice, which is found in every Linux distro. Coding education, here is like some coding things. And about the utilities, some basic GNOME things. And these are like an encyclopedia, my budget, resume, how to. Here is like a cooking and sanitization, healthy teeth, health. So there are like a few good applications also. If you want, you can try it installing applications on your own, or else here is like other things. And about the endless key, here is like an endless key. If you want to get started, you can get started. So I already showed you in the previous videos of older versions. So there is literally nothing in this video. I thought there will be some major changes or anything, but there is nothing like that. So it's just a point update. And there is no any release note also, but if I get any information, I'm going to provide it in regular description, or else I'm just going to leave it in the blank section. So here is all the applications pre-installed. So if you want any applications, you just need to go to explore and search for that specific application. If you want anything installed, you can install it from here. Let's try the Firefox web browser. Just click on enter. Here is our browser. Let's see what version we get. So here is the FlatHub. Let's scroll it down. So here is the latest version, which is like a 131.0.3. Here is also the Thunderbird. If you want to install email clients, you can install anything. We have the store here. And about the file manager, you already know older versions. So let me open few applications here. Let's see whether it's stable or not. Let's see like open like 3 or 4 applications to see how much of resource it's going to consume. So it's pretty much 2 GB right now. So I'm going to open a bunch of applications to see how it's going to perform. And let's go with the work, which is LibreOffice. Let's open the calculator. Let's even find some other things. Let's open the Blender. Let's even open the Inkscape and also the application, which is GIMP. So it's taking a few minutes here, few seconds, sorry. And we should be seeing all the applications opened. Right now it's almost like a 2.5 GB, 2.4 GB. And you know, because every application is opened at once, so that's the reason the CPU graph will be high and low. So you need to wait until all the applications are open, and you should be seeing the system resources and you can judge it on your own. So let's keep an eye on the system resources. So around 2.8 GB, cache is like a 5.6 GB. So whether we have still some applications opening in the background. I think every application is opened already. Let's even open the store, Chromium, and also the file manager. And now let's check the system monitor now. So I think if you have like a 4 GB of RAM, you can run like a few applications. And about the CPU, it's better to have like a maybe latest CPU. But if you already have the older Linux hardware or the Linux like a older PC, it's better to try it on your own, and you can judge it on your own whether it's going to work or not. So if you see any issues, do let me know in the comment section. It will be helpful for others who try to install this distribution in the low-end PC. And also let me know what hardware specs you have, like a CPU and RAM. So it will be helpful for others also. And tell how it's working. So here it's consuming like a 3.2 GB. Cache is like a 5.7 GB. I think every application is open in the background. So let's try to switch the application. So I don't see any lag or anything. There is like a minor delay, but it's okay. So we open few applications here. And also remember, I have like a 8 GB of RAM. My CPU is i5 1240p. So it's going to obviously work properly without any issues. Because when you have like a recommended requirements, it's going to perform very good. But when if you have like a low resources like a RAM and CPU, it's going to be show you some issues, sometimes like a major lag, maybe crashes like that. So it's try it on your own and decide. So let me check some applications information and I'm going to end the video. About the GIMP, here is the version. And about the cooking app, here is all the cooking things. So you just need to go with the whatever the title you want here. So you can find any of the cooking things. You can just make a salad. Just click on it and it's going to show you some information here. And you should be getting all those things like a step by step. So this is some good applications. So there is no negative about the applications, just some like a resources side. I'm just against that resources side. Other than that, everything is good in this Linux distro. And I'm again saying it's not for the low-end PC because it's going to consume a lot of resources because it's a GNOME desktop environment. And if you want some information, you can go to the official website or else you can try it on your own. So if you want to search anything, you can search here. So here you can go with the home. And if you want in recipes, utensils, basic techniques, you can go with the whatever you want, or else you can search from here. Let's close the application. Let's check the LibreOffice information. So you get the 24.8.2.1. I think that's the latest version of the LibreOffice. Let's go with the activities. Here is the file manager. You already know the GNOME version. Let's close it. What else we have? We already saw the store. Let's go with the Inkscape. Click on save. So the version is 1.4. You can also get the version. Here is also the version. New document. It's going to open the application properly and you should be getting the Inkscape version also. So just click here about Inkscape. Here you should be getting the version. So the release date of 1.4 is 2024-10-09. It's October 9th, 2024. So here you can report the bug, I guess. Let's close everything. So till now I didn't face any issues or any crashes or anything. So that's a good side. Here is like an encyclopedia. So if you're on the education side, you should be getting all those things here just by searching. So for normal user, for a student, you can try this type of distributions. There is also some cooking applications, some arts and all those things. So it's a good Linux distro from my point of view. Just some other issues with the hardware thing. Other than that, I don't have any issues. So there is nothing negative. Almost 99% is positive from my side. So only thing is I already said like 3-4 times already, but I'm going to say it last time. So it's not going to run on the low-end PC. If you have like a 1 GB of RAM, I don't think it's going to work properly. So that's the only thing. I don't have any issues with this distribution. So here is the Blender version 4.2.2 LTS version. So it didn't open properly because there is like any pop-up right here. So your graphics card or driver is not supported, so that's the reason. If you want continue anyway, you can open it continue anyway. And other than that, I don't think issues about Chromium 130. So everything is good. If any information or the any release note information is available, I'm going to provide it in the description. So this is the latest version of the Endless OS. Everything is working fine, no issues, no bugs, no crashes or anything like that. If you want to try it, you can try the full version or the basic version. It's clearly up to you. So I already showed you the difference also about the file size, and it's clearly up to you to decide. And about the password of the live boot, there should be no password. And about the installation, you can install the Endless OS, like a click on reformat, and you can install those things. So it's always a good option to try first the live boot. If you're satisfied, then go with the installations. So get all the information from the official website, and if you want to try it, you can try it. So it's completely free. So if you want any key, you should be getting all the information from the official website itself. So there is no password or anything like that. It will be logged in directly without any password. So that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Peace out. So if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe because I'll be posting 2 videos daily. When we don't have any topic, then I'm going to just post like a single video, or else usually my videos will be 2 videos daily without any thing. So thanks for watching. Peace out.